Yeah, I was thinking that's the
I know I've pronounced it Roy before as well.
Okay.
But there we go. Mad Lions will be starting on the T side, and we are off to the races. No P250s for Mad Lions. We've got Bubsky, Roy, and Shush with Glocks, Asilian, and Acor, the grenade men. Roy has made his way. Shut up. Has made his way towards Olafmeister. We've got one player, one player Ivy, and this pistol run is getting off to a roaring start. Refresh taken out, but Farlig has seen a lot of players towards the B bomb site, trying to buy time. Little jiggle, information, show some legs, and head towards the A bomb site. Do Mad Lions.
Yeah, this is really tough to deal with. They are locked out of the choke points. The Molotov will be deployed as well. And the CTs will be making their way through the back lines. Maybe didn't need to burn the molly there just yet, but I don't know that CPH fans have really any position to work from here. This is going to be very difficult. There's the first kill, but now it's down to Farlig to get, well, the ace clutch to find a way to win this round. I don't know that that's going to be happening for him here. He's trying to search for these players, but this is such a hard site to retake because there's so many nooks and crannies where the T's can be hiding. That's another nice kill, but also time is a concern. There's no kit for Farlig, and so he might just fall back indeed and save this Kevlar. It has been tagged a little bit. Another kill. Making that money, James. He is the AWPer, so he's going to get 4 kills there. It's $1,200 for him in kill bonus, so that, yeah, that's going to help him get Norp out and Kevlar and Snades a bit earlier, perhaps.
Nothing bought from CPH just yet. We'll see if they make any investment into this run whatsoever.
Look at Mad Lions, though. They've gone mostly SMGs to get a boatload of utility.
Okay, here we go. So there's 4 scouts.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's do it.
I was thinking Farlig could have considered falling back to just hold on to his Kevlar for this round, but either way, he chose not to. Because again, the Kevlar's 650, it kills 300. Sorry. So there is sometimes a decision to be made there, but it depends on what your intentions are. 4 scouts on deck. Often a B play will be able to avoid some of this. Nice molly. Nodius will stand in the molly for a while, hoping for a peek, but there's no peek.
You just fire a shot to give presence as well. You know, scouts there. But can they understand that there's 3 more scouts on the map? And this is the utility coming in from Mad Lions. So trying to run a utility-based Antica, which is going to be really effective against the fact that there's so many scouts. You can see they have no vision. And if the bomb goes down, I don't think the scouts can really do much to retake. We'll see if it goes, though. And they'll be forced all the way back here. Refresh will find a kill onto Roy. Nodius there with his scouts, seeing if he can find anything, but it's difficult to get a look in onto this bomb site. And another kill coming in from Refresh with that scout. There's Nodius with a headshot as well. So 3v2 now. I don't think there's a kit here, so they do need to speed things up, which may be difficult.
Acor. Oh, it's so awkward. Scoped in already. 2 versus 2. How much more damage can be done? Nice peek from Acor. Now, maybe it's time to fall back for CPH. They can use these scouts in the next round because they'll be on eco anyway. But Nodius is at the point of no return, and maybe Farlig's the only man who will hold on to one. Maybe he is not. Peeking to do some more damage. So they prioritize doing damage towards the end of that round rather than holding on and trying to kind of reset the situation with more places to fall back and do damage in this round.
Yep.
2-0 for Mad Lions. They get off to a good start. They had a nightmare on Dust 2 for the most part, but now they've got an opportunity to do better. They're starting off well, winning the pistol on their T side, pretty important. They've won that consecutive round, as worrying as 4 scouts can be.
Yep.
So far, so good.
I mean, if you want to be nitpicky, you can make a pretty good argument that they could have saved 3 scouts there, but they're going to go for this push here towards E-Box, pretty much everybody, and Roy's going to take a great position. That's really strong maneuvering. Resetting after the first kill. They're going to try to chase him down, but he's got the Mac-10. He's going to make us so much money here. The gun is more than paid for itself with that SMG bonus. $1,800 straight to the bank as one gets planted.
I think he saw both players on the kill cam as well. So there's a lot of information to be had as to the whereabouts of the remaining players. Refresh will hear some sound cues here. And he's got a chance to make himself some money if he's fast enough, but he won't be on this occasion. Just 1 player lost for Mad Lions, and we are at 3-0 now. So the first buy round for both squads is coming through. How many AWPs will we see? Just the one. Farlig, of course, with the AWP. And 3 M4A4s, and Tesses going for the AUG. Not as popular, but people like Carrigan like to still pick it up. And Tessus here as well. Just a few here and there, though. It has fallen out of favour significantly. A lot of junk being thrown towards the A bomb site, trying to maybe stop players getting towards areas like ladder, but Refresh will get there with ease, it seems.
Mad Lions looking to go inner, it looks like at this point. They've got most players towards the halls, and they do have that lurk set up in Bubsky towards Ivy, but everybody else is towards that B bomb site already. And Nodius is here on the bomb train himself, but he's fairly alone, although there's a rotation coming from Refresh. But he's only got 20 HP, and there's the push. Nodius picks up one, but the trade comes in immediately, and Refresh goes down as well. It's not a good look here for CPH Flames. Set piece style is working out for Mad Lions.
Yeah, they got dismantled pretty quickly, Flames. Trying to hold on to what they can, but how likely will that be? That's a huge save. Or maybe it's not actually, because Farley got the kill. I thought Hootsie did, but never mind. No save needed in that respect, but they will have to save overall. Still looking for their first round. Mad Lions exacting revenge now after a difficult game of Dust 2.
Yeah, I think what's interesting to me is that I think that CPH Flames, I think we're going to see generally like better T sides than CT sides from them, given what I've seen from them in the past on Nuke and Train and so on, given that those are the remaining maps. So I think, you know, if they're at least getting 5 or 6 rounds, I think they're going to be, you know, in a decent place, they're good enough. And, you know, to the point of them getting those 5 or 6 rounds, you know, Mad Lions, as I mentioned, playing a pretty heavy set piece style at the moment, and it seems to be working really, really well. Like, CPH Flames are not able to really shut it down just yet.
A light investment from Copenhagen Flames. We've got the scout coming out for a refresh. Everybody committed to the A bomb sites at present, but there'll be a fallback as there's no surge into A from Mad Lions. I've called that a few times. It's always been the wrong call, every single time. Now they go to a more traditional setup besides Farlik, who's deep. He's halfway down Ivy with the AWP. A-Core takes a fresh shot in the meantime. Scout collected by Tessus. He can still try to show some presence. He's seen the barrel of A-gun as he is towards stop sign. Farlig now has made his way through Ivy, but he's been tagged. He's at 26 HP. Tessus with a headshot in the meantime. Maybe buying time for a rotation. Spots Bro James' attack, but no frag. There's the frag. And now we've got big problems for Mad Lions. They're not responding to this.
Tessus looks so dangerous, my god. And Hooksie's above them. There's nowhere to go for them. They're going to be stuck in the ladder room. Oh, they've got to go out into the CTs. There's nowhere to go. Although there are smokes providing some coverage, and also A-Core's out there by Sandwich with the AWP himself. But Tessus is still alive, and again, he's looking pretty hungry. The Deeg, the Scout, been putting in that work, but he'll finally get taken down after his 2K. Hooksie's stolen a Krieg. You'd really want to save this Krieg, I think, in this situation. He's maybe looking to do some damage, though, first. And he's been found, and that Krieg's been lost. I really think the Krieg is, you know, if you can keep a Krieg, especially on the CT side of the train, I'm sad when I see it, you know, not saved games. I'm very sad about that.
Well, don't look to me for consolation, Dan. 5-0 for Mad Lions. Copenhagen Flames are on a good buy there. They've got maximum loss bonus, and they've got a big buy. They've got a HE. They've got the AWP on fire. I just saw Bubsky get rid of a HE and spawn to buy a second flashbang, I presume, or something along those lines. Way fast out into the A bomb site. Will we see that common push towards Sandwich through the smoke from the CTs, which we see oh so often? Indeed we will, but they'll exchange positions, it seems. They've got no idea. Roy's basically on the bomb site now. Where's the first target? We've got players in connector and on the bomb. 3 frags in 1 second, and Copenhagen Flames are in bags of trouble, but Farlik's still alive and still delivering kills on the A bomb site.
This off angle, this is also right eye versus left eye. It's just so strong. I don't think that Nodies can really challenge this. Farlig's not really in a position to help him out either. I mean, he will have to do so by just getting kills. And, well, Nodies is going to beat Roy in that position, even though he had a huge disadvantage. And now Asilian's alone. I need to try to clutch this one out. He's got plenty of time to get the bomb planted, and he's going to get some info by going on atop the train here before he goes for the plant. Just to try to get some additional understanding of, you know, where is safe for me to plant at this point. He wanted that side plant, he's going to get it. There's the molly to slow down rotation through connector, but little does he know that already Nodius is out there. Ooh. Some damage received, but he's not going to go down just yet. He will be able to reset the situation, but straight into Farlig, who whips the shot. James, this is so desperate now for Cillian.
There's a lot of utility for the CTs as well. If he can stay hidden for a few seconds, oh, now he really has to jump with the Molotov up top. They have no idea where he is. He has a chance now. The side plant's going to be brutal. There is a smoke for Farlig, but that surely won't help him with Cillian so close. He could be anywhere, and Farlig's like, nope, and having to run away. 6-0 for Mad Lions. Taste of your own medicine for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, that's one misestimation of the positioning of Cillian by Nodius. That was everything. And well played by Mad Lions, by Cillian, to get the clutch to complete that. Because it was looking rather desperate, and it's going to keep CPH Flames on the back burner for now. They will force it up around the AWP, it seems. I was wondering, actually, how much investment will they put behind this? They haven't actually fully committed all their money just yet. So actually, they'll half buy around the AWP, which I think makes a lot of sense. The scouts will be coming out in force again.
Yeah, they want to keep the money together so as not to ruin their full buys in the rounds to come. So there'll be bits and bobs, pots and pans, mainly the AWP though. Or I say that, but there has been some output from these scouts, but to no avail really. There's a big fat 0 on the scoreline here for Copenhagen Flames. Mad Lions with some pressure towards Ivy. The scouts can be heard. Very tight run boost, not a normal one you see. Smoke up to deny information. That's also a scary prospect, though, for Mad Lions to approach that smoke. Because you know it's a desperate situation for Copenhagen Flames, and sometimes those are the most difficult to deal with.
So they open up the back lines for themselves as the smoke goes away. You can see that they will be able to move towards that position, but refreshes around the corner with the scouts looking for a headshot here. If he gets one kill out of this, that'd be huge. Oh, he whiffs completely, I think. I don't think he got any damage there. Either way, they'll be making their way quickly to CT spawn. Here's the next test. Nodius with the Deagle in hand. Can he prevent the flow of Ts as they make their way around the spawn? Oh wow, they owned him there, and he doesn't even try to go for a fadeaway shot.
What we're seeing from Mad Lions is two sets of players just buddying up, moving together, trade fragging and so on. You're always going to have one odd guy who I think has mostly been a stick, but it's very well played. Very simple stuff from Mad Lions, but done well. Bubsky now might lose the Krieg to Nodius, but he's low, so he may try to hide in plain sight here. We'll see if he is able to survive. Maybe that'll be the difference maker in the next round should he make it there, but he is being hunted, and he will make it nowhere at all. Dies in CT spawn. Mad Lions 7, Copenhagen Flames 0.
So CPH Flames are getting pretty wrecked right now by more or less everything that Mad Lions are doing. It's going to be difficult, I think, for them to adjust, because it doesn't seem like, I mean, if they were going to have adjustments, we would have seen at least one or two different looks, but it's been generally the same look from them, and they're just sort of playing passively, and Mad Lions are abusing that massively by just getting free setups. And perhaps CPH Flames need to find ways to have some more aggressive setups, take away team main, get more pressure there, go for an Ivy play, go for a more aggressive inner play, get that information, and then react off of the information that you find. I think they're being a bit too passive. The double ops come out. We'll have to see if that's going to be the difference maker.
Oh no, that doesn't help, does it? Shush on 78. Well, it could be worse. Mad Lions are 7-0 up. 7-0, and you know the score, as people would shout in the UK. Bubsky lurking towards Ivy. He has Hooksy for entertainment. In the meantime, there's a potential burst into the B bomb site. Farlig is on B with the AWP as well as Nodius, who's up close. Seems Farlig wants to take an aggro position. He might catch somebody off guard here. They're very expectant now. For some reason, something's given him the idea that there might be an approach towards upper B. Two of them here. There's one, there's both. Not a good start for them. Farlig now focusing on a low ground. The flashbang will be a problem. Misses the flick. Mad Lions in trouble in round number 8, turning things around though. 3 versus 3. Nodius trying to hide in the smoke. That's going to be a problem, but Bubsky's on the rotation.
Maybe this round should already have been over. If those AWP shots would have connected, this would be impossible for Mad Lions most likely, but instead now they have a chance to reset the situation with the time that's remaining, and And CPH Flames, you know, they played aggressively. They took away one part of the map control. They got T main, and they got deep smoke on it. That's how they knew that the B play was coming. And that was one of the things I was hoping to see from them. Just get that information, play reactively from it. And okay,
really?
This is, yeah, I agree, James. This is an optimistic reset, but they don't want to go through T main because they assume that T main is still taken by the CTs.
I know, but look at the time. There's
I agree
15
with you.
seconds, and they have to walk.
I agree.
So, oh no!
Oh!
It's actually going to work out.
My brain!
It's actually going to work out. They've suddenly taken all the position on the A bomb site. Wow. More fool me. 3 versus 2 now for Mad Lions as they've really turned this one around.
Oh, James.
Refresh quickly onto the A bomb site. Spots one by Hell, but they're a superior position for Bubsky, and there's nothing for Nodius to do now.
Oh man, that is just, this round is so brutal for a few different reasons. Like, firstly, like CPH Flames do the correct things and they get the information. They stop the upper push. Nodius is there next to the smoke. They knew it was coming. But then there's like these 2 whiff shots on the players coming T ramp with the AWP. And Mad Lions are able to kind of reset. And then Mad Lions pick the longest possible rotation, which means that they basically can't have a single thing go wrong. And then they make all the sound cues because they have to run. And then the guy who's defending that position with an AWP, I think it's Hooksy, switches to a grenade, even though he had plenty of warning that they were coming, which allows him to get an instant kill and a bomb down. I don't get it, James. This is madness.
It's Mad Lions there. 8-0. Where's the first round for Copenhagen Flames? Will we see one in this half? Will we see one in this game? You start to wonder. Pistols and HE grenades for Copenhagen Flames. They've got the odd grenade here and there as well. Smoke mollies, flashes. You can see them on the HUD. Nodius alone on the B-bomb site, and look at them there. Zip up the body bags. Nodius with the rifle is the main thing here. He's the main beacon of hope. Refresh with an off angle with the Deagle, doesn't quite get there. Now it's just Nodius, and again, maybe you save for bonus money. I don't know. What can he really do here? All he's got is sound cues as people race towards the B bomb site. Tough spot for him. Acore dancing with the AWP. You don't want to give that up. He will spam though and be annoying. I think he's trying to bait him to push up the ladder with the AWP, pull the CZ out, but there we go. No deaths. They're all good in the hood. Mad Lions with a big fat 9-0.
And although I think, you know, CPH Flames will have a better time on the T side, I
can't have a worse time.
I'm starting to worry that they won't have even any to play with. I think like just some of the situations that we've seen, I think it just goes to show like the lack of preparedness on this map, the lack of confidence, routine, and everything else. Oh man, I'm just thinking about that round still. You know which one I mean.
Let it go. 2 AWPs for Copenhagen Flames. Will this be the difference maker? Hooksy picks up. He's 0 for 8. Looking for his first kill, nice. And there is the transfer from Roy. Their uglified Krieg. Now we've got a 3-on-3. Farlig is in action. Hooksy still looking for his first kill. Could be quite the impact frag if he can find one in this round. Nodius on the B-bomb site. He's got some sound cues, surely. Rotation beginning now from his teammates. He's spotted almost all the information. Asilian up high, looking for him. Being real careful, catching Asilian off guard. And Acor's the last man now. Hooksy gets taken out. No kill for him. 0 for 9. Acor making his way back towards A. Smoke towards connector. Switching out for the 1 versus 2. 50 seconds on the clock, but he's giving the CTs time to rotate. He's looking for a frag. He wants the 1v1 before he goes for it. He's seen Farlig, but has Farlig seen him? I think he has. Yeah, we can see the speedy rotation from Nodius. The CTs... Surely he saw him, or did he not? Maybe he didn't. Anyway, Acor now. That clock is running low. Oh, the jump. He's giving the opponent information. Farlig may have seen him after all. There we go. There's the headshot delivered by the AWP. And there's the first round on the board for Copenhagen Flames.
They need to get all the remaining rounds, I think, to have a chance. So see if they're able to pull that one off. And it's good to see them find a way to convert that, because there's been more than one 3v3 in this half, and generally speaking, you know, it hasn't really gone. I mean, obviously they didn't win any of the previous ones, as that was their first round, but I don't think they were playing with confidence in a lot of those spots. There's definitely a lot to say if you want to be critical of CPH Flames' CT side so far, but here comes a fast play. Farlig repositioning that, or rather changing his opening, I should say, mixing things up with the AWP. Always good. Catches the T side off guard of Mad Lions, gets that opening pick, and he has a pretty deep position here, so that will allow his teammate on the B side, Nodius, to rotate through to connector to hit the A site for a better defense there. So this is pretty ideal for CPH Flames. Mad Lions executing that Ivy default, so 3 players going through Ivy, and this is everything.
Was the barrel of the gun spotted? I'm not sure if it was showing there for Hooksy. Outline being what it is. Big defense around the A-bomb site. Farlig's got so much info above B now that this is somewhat telegraphed. Big flashbang. Hooksy forced away. Tessa's creeping through the smoke, but I don't think there's a grenade for him. So this might be one and done for Tesses. Might be even worse now as Buffy takes a better angle. Some spray through the smoke. This is a high variant situation, but he gets 2, of course. Shush and Acor remaining now versus 5. 38 seconds to turn things around. Acor showing plenty of presence. Needs to play off Shush, but he's given his position away as well, so it might be a little bit more difficult. They've smoked off a choke point, but how do they get this bomb planted? He's just going for it with no check of the actual bomb site. They don't get taken out for free. There was time to have a look at least. Now Acor's alone, 1v4. At this point, he just has to save. 6k in the bank, but don't want to lose it. He will. Maybe trying to make it more expensive for the Flames. That won't work out for them.
I like to test this play quite a lot around the smoke, especially these days, because you do get that advantage as that smoke goes away. You get that little cheeky one-way, and because this team had the numbers advantage and it had so many strong positions, it's pretty nice to get that early kill before the T's can really make their way out the choke point. And he actually got 2 as well, so even getting like the best case scenario. And that's, if they're going to come back, it's got to be off. That's these kind of things have to happen, and and it's happening. So maybe it'll be like that first half that we saw on Dust 2, where Mad Lions were getting abused. Then the script kind of flips as CPH Flames now here find their footing, and you can really see how key that kill, how impactful that initial kill was from Farlig, because as you say, he gets to post up on the long angle, feeling fairly safe, which allows a 4-man rotation to A, and it's really quiet on the map, which gave CPH Flames loads of time to work out what was going on.
7-round deficit for Copenhagen Flames. This is a big round for them. It will take a lot of money away from most players. Cillian still has 7k in the bank, but outside of that, the T's might be a little short. A bomb plant would be a huge bonus, worst case scenario for Mad Lions. Farlig delivers the first kill, but he is indeed traded. No bomb spotted. 4v4, that favors Mad Lions.
Yeah, I think it's there, if Farlig is going for that aggressive of an angle, you kind of need the rifle support, because you actually can't fall back if there's 2 players there. You want to get traded. And so if you're going that deep, and given that Nodius is on the site anyway, why wasn't Nodius with him? That's the question. Why, James? Why?
That's a good point. Nodius with an off angle, upper B. Gambles have to be made. There are holes in the defenses now for Copenhagen Flames. No sound cues from Mad Lions. Does Shush go for the dry peek? It seems he does. Nodius staring at this for so long. I was going to ask if he's ready, but he definitely is. With that, he'll fall back. No rotation from Copenhagen Flames. They're confident with this situation. Molly on lower B. Mad Lions still wondering if anybody's in Ivy, in ladder room, sorry. Hooksy watching Ivy with AWP, so this is going to be really hard for Mad Lions to turn this one around. Very nicely placed Molotov though, but Tetris has a better position. 4 versus 2, bomb on the floor, 20 seconds on the clock. Plenty of advantages for the CT side now. Roy creeping, Tesses by Hell, underneath Heaven rather. Acor now by E-Box, 1v3, again. Need to save the AWP, just fall back, not much else he can do.
So after that kind of 1-for-1 from Farlig, and then Nodius picked a good off angle. If you know how like the angles work in this game, in terms of like the geometric advantage and the right eye and left eye peaks. He was on the left eye peak against the right eye, but he picked an angle that was like very far away from the angle of engagement. You can see it right there for a split second, and he won that kind of 1v1. And winning that 1v1. If he had lost it, I'm pretty confident that the round is just over for CPH Flames because the B-bomb site's so open. But he wins it, and then this Mad Lions can't do too much. So CPH Flames are hanging on by a thread here, but they are hanging on. See if they can do more here. Fast round, mix up of the pace for Mad Lions. Roy once again trying to get his way through around that smoke. Tessis is just... Oh, he's a nightmare to deal with, isn't he?
Things are turning around. Copenhagen Flames running hot now to look to wipe out Mad Lions in round 13. Bubsky, though, has something to say about this. So many more players to deal with. Asilian goes for a peek, and that was very costly indeed. Bubsky creates some space, but he's still feeling claustrophobic. Makes his way out, however, but there's so many players alive. Even now, he'll get traded eventually, and he does by refresh. 3 players survive for Copenhagen Flames, 1 AWP in tow, and the Krieg, of course, and they've made it to 4. 4 rounds in a row. They're only 4 rounds so far.
Yeah.
And the money's been broken for Mad Lions. Bubsky's the only person who can afford a buy right now, and Asilian.
I think one thing that's really weird to me is that Hooksy, who's kind of anchoring around Ivy with the orb, Farlig has been moving around with a lot more with his orb. It is very worrying that after having a really solid Dust 2 performance, Hooksy, that he's dropped off entirely, and I think that's a lot of the issues that they've been having. But here comes a fast play. Farlig was spotted. Nodius padding those stats. Can he get the 4th one? There's 1 more to go. Oh, it will be denied. It's denied.
Well, what more can we say about this one? Shush getting wrecked, though. That can be heard by the CT. Still gets a kill, though, somehow. Shush of 5 HP, looking for an ace. He's committing to the bomb plant. I think he's accepted his death. He's come off it now. No bonus money. I thought he was committing and just accepting his fate. But maybe he thought the CT was close and he couldn't plant that bomb, and maybe he couldn't. Either way, that's the 5th round in a row for Copenhagen Flames. Last round now in the first half.
Yeah, that's so huge. They're actually making this look like it might be possible to turn this map around. Nice damage, though, from... obviously, we're right at the end now, so it doesn't really matter, but... So I'll ignore that point, in fact, entirely, and move on. So we have no AWP here for Mad Lions. They might go a bit faster again. They're kind of forced to play 2 men around halls if they want to take that position, because Farlig has been AWPing this. Hooksy's actually going to replace him this time around, which leads Farlig towards Ivy. I think that's a good decision. This is Inner's going to be less traveled, and Hooksy's been off, and Farlig is much more on than he is. So I think having the playing more dynamically A with Farlig makes more sense, and then Hooksy can play more defensive towards B by himself. How passive the setup is for CPH Flames. They want no business towards the front of the bomb site with the double AWP setup.
Mad Lions being real careful in this last round. Side flashbang, not to Team Flash's teammates coming through main, but Tesses gets off to a roaring start once again. Doing big damage. Not sure if he saw anything beyond that smoke. Farlig's been taken out once more. Refresh gets burst as well. Shush is ready for a 10th round. Tesses and Hooksy remain versus 4. Smoke rolling on the front of Tesses. Both have kits. Hooksy making his way towards Old Bomb, but not fast enough to save Tesses. He gets taken out. 1 versus 4 now. They don't know where he is just yet, but he needs the round of his life here.
Yeah, he's 2 for 10. He has been by far just... He's on the struggle bus. He built the struggle bus, and he's going to get eliminated. And that's 5 rounds at the very least for CPH Flames at the end of the first half. They've given themselves something to work with, but surely, James, this will be simply too hard.
We'll find out after the break. Stay tuned. come back. They got 5 rounds out of their CT side, and that kind of sucks. They moved to the T side, which Dan thinks is stronger for them. Do you think they can make it, Dan?
It should be stronger for them. We'll see. I think Train, obviously, we can see as a weaker pick for them.
Whoa!
Their CT side.
There's no faith from Pinnacle whatsoever.
Like, this is the CT for me in a nutshell for CPH Flames. Their opponents were crushing them by running set pieces, and then they just let them do that. They didn't take any forward map control. They almost never really got any information to respond with. So they did basically the worst possible things you can do against the style that Mad Lions were bringing to the server. So that just tells me that CPH Flames they're just not that well prepared on this map, generally speaking. So, I mean, and it makes sense to a certain extent. Mad Lions, this is their pick. This is where they're going to find comfort.
They've both played it 9 times in the last 3 months, and the percentages are reasonable. They're worse for Copenhagen Flames, as we said. They're about 67% for them and 78% for Mad Lions. So they're no strangers to the map, but we'll see what they're able to do. No P250s for Copenhagen Flames either on their T-side pistol. Smokes, flashes, and an incendiary. But where will they go? Mad Lions have got 2 players around Ivy, 2 players on the A-bomb side, more or less, one of which is in connector, with Shush spotting on B. So they've got 1 B on the pistol. They are expected towards A, and it doesn't look like they're going to be wrong, but Copenhagen Flames are taking their sweet time about it. Looking for a push, looking for a seeking of information, but there is no such on the pistol from Mad Lions.
Yeah, just that classic B retake setup is always a good one.
What do you think the go time is? 40 seconds?
Well, they can wait
35.
a long time. It just doesn't give them any time to like mid-round if something goes
Dan, what
badly.
time do you think they're going to go? That's the question.
Probably 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, I'm saying 40 seconds.
Because if you're going to wait this long, you're really just hoping
40.
that the CT's
See, look,
push
40
something.
seconds. I was right. You owe me $100.
Oh, okay.
In go the grenades, but there's no one behind them just yet. Copenhagen Games are playing this slow, but now they come. The sudden burst with a flashbang. Close the distance with the... They've got the bigger magazines now, but can they put them to work? Just looking for something, but Bubsky's the first to find something. That bomb needs to get planted now. Those smokes will soon be gone.
It's quite chaotic. Farlight getting one from the flank will make all the difference. The trade comes through, though, on him from Roy, but more trades to follow. 10 seconds to get the bomb planted, and, well, looks like maybe they left it a bit too late here because it's now getting really dicey. Have to force the plant. Can he make it? Oh, he just barely made it. But Bubsky, indeed, is going to get the pop on him, and there you go. They didn't really give themselves time to really autocorrect.
They handicapped themselves. They put the stars up on Street Fighter.
There's an argument where you can say, you know, how long, if you want to play it slow because you want to catch aggression, you don't want to get caught by pre-nades, all that kind of stuff, how long do you need to wait? Well, if the CTs haven't pushed you by 1 minute, 1:10 even, and that's already 30 seconds of them just standing around, they're probably not going to push you 20 seconds later or 30 seconds later, you know? So that's, you know, one of those things you got to think about in those situations.
I hate holding an angle with something like on a CT side for ages.
Yeah.
It makes me tired. It makes me react slower.
Yeah.
I already react slow enough. Copenhagen Flames have gone for the force. They've got 3 AKs on deck with the 2 Deagles looking to take that Twix. But it won't because Shush and Bubsky have got the MP9 play. They're ready for this. Mad Lions want this train. They want to make it quick. Tessus Farligan for a fresh remain. And only 1 rifle now. Asilian will wield the AK as well, Bubsky. And now it's Farley with the Deagle. Mad Lions getting a hell of a lot of upgrades now. Acor won't though. Oh, through the smoke from
Just
Roy.
walking through
Yeah, that didn't work out for him. Maybe the comms weren't quite there.
Yeah.
That was very costly. That was an unnecessary death. But they'll win the round, Mad Lions.
Yeah.
12-5. Copenhagen Flames have so much to do.
Yeah, I almost think it's better for CPH to just kind of like get out of this map sooner than later, just because it seems like they're really uncomfortable here, especially against Mad Lions. And I think Nuke is a map where I know that Copenhagen Flames are comfortable in there. We know we've seen them playing it, you know, a couple times now.
Yeah.
And you know, against Chaos, you know, Chaos were able to. So Chaos struggled massively against CPH Flames' T side there, but they managed to kind of rectify things in the second half. But CPH Flames looked like they were comfortable. They had a game plan and all the rest of it. So here I'm not really seeing much of a much comfort or a game plan.
Nuke is, if we make it to Nuke, that's going to be really interesting as well, because looking at the stats, they're like 50 and 56%.
Yeah.
So that is a very strange as well. Copenhagen Flames with the 56% with 16 games won. Mad Lions 50% with 10 games. 10 games played and 16 games played, not 16 games won. There we go. CPH Flames on the pistols once more. We've got a flash and a smoke on Nodius. The smoke goes towards Ivy, and the flash goes in the middle of the site. He's running distraction because there's a charge up Ivy. So that's to run through the flames. Oh, that's painful. HE to boot as well. There we go. It's a quick wipeout. Fox Deco's a good one. And Mad Lions are 3 rounds away from Nuke.
Indeed. It's looking pretty good for Mad Lions. I wouldn't expect even them to drop a round here moving forwards. The Cast of Curses might be coming through though, we'll see. But I mean, I am at least curious to see what Copenhagen Flames have in terms of whether they default or whether they want to go for like Mad Lions, what Mad Lions are doing, which is like more of a set piece based style. They do have the AWP on Farlig. He is moving towards Inner. Quite a lot of players towards Inner here. There's a setup, a trade that's going to be pretty beneficial for CPH Flames. Roy, oh my god, he's absolutely punished Huxi so hard. Farlig dropping in the smoke, trying to get the trade. It's not going to work out though.
Desperate times. Akol looking for he's looking for the feet. He's a footman, foot fetish. But you won't find what he's looking for in that IV position. And now it's a 3 versus 3. Tessa's creeping around that A-bomb site. Might catch somebody by old bomb. That's Sicilian taking him out. Immediately looking for a trade fragger towards ladder. And waits indeed there. Now he's not. He's history now. Bubsky walking up, but he can't quite get the spray. Copenhagen Flames with a rare round on train. They're first in the...
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting too, because if I was Mad Lions, I'd like to just play really passive on the buy rounds just to see what do CPH Flames do. Because if they're a team that has mistakes or inefficiencies in the way that they run their set pieces or the way that they run their defaults, then you get to basically just exploit that. But here what we saw is a situation where there's an aggressive setup from Mad Lions, which gives CPH Flames an opportunity to get a trade kill and get like a mid-round situation that they can more easily play off of. So I'd like to see just like a passive approach from Mad Lions, and then just see what CPH Flames do if they get more map control. Like how do they use it? Some teams don't use it very well. So we'll have to see what the case is.
Absolutely. Tactical timeout from Mad Lions has come and gone. We'll see if they can turn things back in their favor. The 2 AWPs. A little light on utility, but they've got a bunch of junk to throw. The mollies, the flashes towards T-Con, T-Main. And off we go. See what their approach is then, Mad Lions. And if Copenhagen Flames will go for something fast. 3 players coming out of connector surely means junk will be thrown towards Tetis' position. It'll be the molly to start off with. Not too many HEs to be fearful of. We saw some nice ones yesterday from the likes of Dig. There's the flashback. Here comes the swing, and it will almost take out both. I thought he was good for both there. But Roy will take control of Main and put a smoke up. That will slow things down for CPH Flames. Now, the only person watching Main is Farlig. He has the bomb as well. So this is an awkward position for Copenhagen Flames to deal with.
I love that Mad Lions did that maneuver, just trying to do a 2-man take with the flash, because that's something that CPH Flames were not doing on their CT side. They weren't playing aggressively around those choke points enough, and Mad Lions were exploiting it so heavily. And so now you're in this sort of really weird spot, like you say. It's a problem. T-Main was taken as a smoke. There could be CTs there, maybe there aren't, but you have to treat it as though there are. You have to either play a pop flash or you've got to take a big risk. And Roy still is in the vicinity, and here is a flash from Farlig. There we go, and the peek comes through. The flash is not bad. Roy, though, able to get one. They're going to spot the push coming through. Kill's going pretty well here so far, though, for CPH Flames. It's a 2v2, though, as they speed things up.
Bobsky creeping around the site. Got to be careful. Does he pick his time well? Trying to play with his teammate. Falling back into connector now as time is on their side. And they've got great positions. How do you plant a bomb if you've got 1 CT in connector and 1 CT at the IV position? There's nowhere that's really safe to do it. Bobsky will take Nodius from the back, and that's 14 rounds for Mad Lions. Very strong on train. No consecutive round for Copenhagen Flames. They've got money to force up the AKs though, light on grenades. We'll see if they do that. There'll be some sacrifice. I see a Galil coming out to prioritize grenades. This one's been a non-starter for Copenhagen Flames. At least we saw a comeback from Mad Lions in the first game. But on this one, no such luck. Copenhagen Flames taking a tactical timeout to discuss their options. 2 players haven't bought just yet, so it might be a question of what grenades they need and what their intentions are for this round.
Yeah, absolutely. I think already we're seeing though a better strategic approach from Mad Lions on the second half. Obviously they have won most of the rounds, but just like, you know, regardless of whether they're winning or losing the rounds, just what they're doing makes more sense in terms of how you play the advantages, how you get the advantages, how you make life uncomfortable for the T side. Because there, you know, Mad Lions, although they obviously ended up winning the round, but it was like this close 2v2. What they did at the beginning to the mid rounds was really strong. They were always like getting information. They were pressuring their opponents. They're creating spots where CPH Flames wanted to do something, but then part of that plan gets kind of foiled, and they got to work around the pressure from their opponents. So good stuff I'm seeing from Mad Lions. Can they keep it going?
More harassment in the main position. It will be heard from Copenhagen Flames, who are above, and maybe they can use this to make a fast play towards B. But look at the reaction from Mad Lions, putting a second and third player towards B in case of a fast response. They are very prepared for this. Shush has to consider his position so he doesn't show a shadow. And indeed, they are trying to creep down the bomb spotted immediately, and it's a shooting gallery for Mad Lions. What a great proactive response from them. They put a player in A main, they see no one, so they immediately put 3 in the B bomb site. And what is there for Refresh to do?
Well, he's got a cool skinning, at least.
The Chatterbox.
The best Galil skin, I think it's fair to say. Would you agree, James?
It's a nice one. It would go well with my gloves. I don't have it, though.
I've got this one. It's nice.
Maybe I'll pick it up.
So yeah, as you say, there's not really a lot for him to do in his position.
So now they know exactly where he is. But no one's bothering to flank because they've got the bomb.
Yeah.
I think he wants someone to flank, but now he's picked up an AWP. He's got 30 seconds to hide. He's worried about those showers. And we just have to bear witness and see if he can survive. The scope will be heard, of course, so they know he's still there. Oh, they're going to push him as well. They know he's got an AWP, so he can't kill them all. And they're not too concerned in terms of money. They'll take the AWP away. So, again, that's a very nice proactive play from Mad Lions. He's got an AWP. Let's rush him. Take the AWP away for the next round. Maybe he kills 1. He's not killing all 3. That's a very nice... And it's a very fast response from Mad Lions as well. They know what to do immediately.
Yeah.
I guess he's concerned that he's going to get hunted once the time starts getting low and he might not get any loss bonus at all. Refresh, which is why he's still there. Another tactical timeout from Copenhagen Flames. Maybe their last of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where, as well, whereby it's really hard to get your firepower doing stuff and getting kills and getting your team in a good position if your general approach is bad or you don't have a good routine to the map, because then you're always feeling uncomfortable. Like every single player is feeling uncomfortable. It's kind of like when you play a pug, and even though, let's say, the players on the other team are, you know that you're individually like way better than them, you just can't get into a spot to kill them because your teammates suck. You know, or like people aren't flashing correctly. There's no strategy. Everyone's just off doing their own thing. It's so much harder to do well. It's a team game, so you got to set your players up. And I think CPH is having trouble setting themselves up for success.
Refresh has made his way in. The odds now 20. Some of the worst I've seen, and maybe with good reason, as they've already lost 2 players now. Copenhagen Flames struggling to have any success through these choke points. Roy just waiting for more victims, waiting for someone to stand on the break like the angle. 5 seconds and hunt him. Got information as to where Hooksy is, or where Hooksy was now. Quickly made history. And there's the instant trade. 16-6, a very one-sided game of Train. A wipeout by Mad Lions.
Yeah, absolutely. CPH Flames were never in this one. They didn't have... I think it's the strategic approach. That's what they need to go and look at. They've got the players. We saw what their players can do on Dust 2 when they know what to do.
Yeah, they got absolutely smashed, and the desk will detail that after the break. Not much else to say, really.